Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yep.
Are we on the air?
Welcome and congratulations, Katy.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
What a huge day. I just saw something that said Roar is already #1 in 20 countries across the globe. Can this be true?
Well, the internet is kind of a sketchy place, so I would check your facts.
All right.
I'd be pretty happy if that was the case.
That would be tremendous news. Our question, since most of us are just getting a taste of Roar, the first release from Prism for the first time right now, when the song is done, whether it's a demo or full form, who is your sounding board? Who hears it first after you're finished with it?
It's usually my closest friends, which on the lyric video that I put out today, it's kind of me using a bunch of emoticons, texting with my friends. Those are the people that I kind of share all the music with. And my boyfriend and my assistant, Tamara, who is a good friend. I say that very carefully because she's sitting right next to me and I don't want her to think anything strange. But just like people that have been around me for a long time, I like to play it to my management. They always have really good ears. And my sister sent me a video, like a small video of her singing it at the top of her lungs. She doesn't really have a singing voice, so it didn't really pass over into my sister, so it was different sounding. But she, when she sings, she does duck lips, so I called it the duck lips audition. You're going to hear me quack is really what she's singing.
That's hilarious. So is it true that the ultimate California girl did her album photo cover art with a shoot on Long Island?
Hey, how'd you know?
I got a few sources I can't really disclose at this point in time.
Yes, it's that I am representing Long Island incredibly on my album shoot. Yes, that's where I just went and shot it.
Now, the last album cover didn't leave much to the imagination. Is there anything you can tell us about this album cover?
For me, this record is different because the last record was I kind of created this character, which was really fun, and it was really entertaining. And this era will be just as entertaining, I hope. But I think that I'm stripping it down a little bit in terms of exaggerated characters. I just want to represent myself this time. I want to bring who I am. And a lot of the fans are noticing. They're like, "Oh, you kind of look like how you first came out when you first joined Warped Tour, when you were, when you were first starting out." And I was just like, "Yeah, I kind of just want to do less caricatures, less characters, and more essentially me." And so I think that you'll see a more vulnerable, rawer side of me on this record.
Right. Is it our same group of friends we've come to know and love? Is it Max Martin and Dr. Luke and Bonnie who came by not long ago?
Of course, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Is there a chance at some point in time on a major awards show you do something stripped down and we might happen to know the person playing an acoustic guitar?
Well, I think that you've seen some of it when I played on the AMAs and I played the one that got away. You got to see just a little bit of that. I think that evolution will come, but I really built up such a big thing with this last record that I still, I'll only ever be 28. So when I turn 32, I'll be 32.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just be 28 now. And if I still have a little extra energy, I'm going to make sure I dance it out.
Last time you came by the PLJ studios before you finished out a little concert for a small select group of listeners, you covered a Queen song. It was fantastic. You did Don't Stop Me Now.
Yes, I remember.
You've probably been maybe too busy to watch us, but as a huge Queen fan, can you imagine anyone other than Sacha Baron Cohen is the lead in a role that would be a Freddie Mercury biopic?
I already wasn't doing it anymore.
No, he's not. So who's going to do it? Or is the whole thing, do you think, going to just go by the wayside and we're never going to see it?
Well, I have no idea. And by the way, that was such a rumor. Just because I am a fan of a band doesn't mean I'm going to be in a biopic. I mean, come on. I'm not that entitled. But Freddie Mercury has been very influencing in all aspects of my career because of the lyrics and how he painted the world with his lyrics. But I think his story does need to be told because I think it's a very powerful one.
Awesome.
So whoever does it will have a lot to live up to.
Listen, thank you so very much for checking in. We want to leave you with one quick question because it's pretty much all over the internet right now. A rather powerful speech that Ashton Kutcher gave last night at the Teen Choice Awards about work and how he valued every job and he wasn't always who he was. So for everyone else who's maybe playing on weekends or writing their first songs but still finishing school or going to a job that maybe they dread, what were a couple of the first things that you did to make money before you became the person we see you as today?
Oh, well, one funny little thing is one of my co-writers, Bonnie McKee, who's also an artist that you guys know and play her song, hopefully, American Girl. We actually met one day, serendipitously, of course. I was at a store. I was selling some of my clothes to this vintage store because they were in the business of buying clothes, and she happened to be there as well. I looked over, and there was this girl with this kind of red-orange hair, and I was really intrigued by her. She had a really good sense of style. I liked her vibe. I could feel her energy, and I was like, hey, let's be friends. Cut to a decade later, we're both, successful artists, and about 4.5 years ago, I asked her to come in and start writing with me for that Teenage Dream record, and the rest is history. So we were selling clothes that we found at thrift stores to vintage shops.
That's great.
Wow.
That's great.
And that's how we met. And we were the best. We tell each other that we're the best thing we've ever traded.
Absolutely. We're going to hear from you more as Prison gets set to drop big October 22nd. Right now, we're rolling with Roar. It is the lovely Katy Perry. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.